Hello again, friends. It is that day. You know that day. The hump day. Hump day daily dub. Wednesday edition. Hump day. I am still in West Coxton, Locken, Pennsylvania. I had a wonderful day yesterday. If you followed me on Instagram, BigDub60, which you should be doing. If you're not, I think I have close to almost 850 followers on Instagram. I'm trying to put more pictures on my Instagram, just of different things I open, but primarily my Instagram is for my story. If you like to keep up with what I'm doing, if you like episodes of Dub Life, I think you will like what I do on the Instagram story. So you saw I got to do a lot of fun stuff yesterday in Philadelphia, and this episode of Dub Life from Pennsylvania, which is episode 21. I think you'll enjoy that as well. But I did get to do a lot of fun stuff. It looks a little dreary. Well, it's very foggy, so I'm not sure what the weather is like today. Probably won't be quite as fun today because I'm not going to go into the city proper, but I will try to have fun as I always do. Anyway, I have two questions. They're actually the last two questions I have to answer once again for Daily Dub. So if you have some more things that are bigger topics, typically if you leave a question that I either don't feel is suitable for a video or it's too short, I will answer it in the comments. I'll reply to you. So please leave me some things that I can talk about on a video, and we'll go from there. So two questions. First, from Brant the Punisher, what do I think about the Hasbro Power Rangers that have been unveiled at Toy Fair? And the second, from Smashing Pumpkin, what are my top 5 favorite cartoons? I'm assuming that Pumpkin means just of all time my favorite cartoons, or when I was a child, or not just adult cartoons. Adult cartoons. So that's the way I'll answer it. We'll do the Hasbro Power Rangers first. So because of my age, I'm not a huge Power Rangers person. Victoria was a big Power Rangers fan. By the time Power Rangers was out, I was playing sports and not watching cartoons, not home really very often. I was all the time at practice or whatever, things like that. So because of that, I didn't watch a lot of Power Rangers. It was never a big thing in my life. I do collect them. I collect the SH Figure Arts. I need the blue and the yellow SH Figure Arts Power Ranger. And people want too much for those. It's dumb. And they're getting re-released right now anyway. They re-released the red and the green and the white with both the helmeted and unhelmeted, which are better. So I'll just pick them up when they eventually come out. But if you have them and you're looking to get rid of them, let me know. I thought that the Hasbro reveal looked good. I think the boxes look really good. Nice packaging. And like the GameStop exclusive one looks really nice. I guess they're doing villains more. I don't think Figure Arts has ever done a villain. I do actually have a Build-A-Zord of the movie Rangers I bought when Toys R Us was going out of business for very cheap, just a couple dollars each. Because I liked the way the colors looked on those, and I thought maybe I could get them customized, make them look like other Iron Man suits or something. I never did that, but I do like them. So I think Hasbro is going to do a good job. They bought the whole property, so they have an extended vested interest in making this a good toy line because they own everything. So I think they'll be good. I don't know, those of you that are Power Rangers fans, let me know in the comments what you think about them, but I think they look pretty good. I think their Overwatch stuff looked good too. Like the Mercy figure looks really nice. So I'll be interested to see what Hasbro is going to do with that. I'm not sure how big the Power Rangers fandom is. I know that the Bandai America Power Rangers just seem to sit at every store that I go to. But I also don't know much about them. So maybe that's just the Peg Warmers. That's the Serpent Society, you know, and the Wasp and those types of figures for Legends for them. I don't know. So the second question from Smashing Pumpkin, cartoons. So like adult cartoons, like I've watched BoJack Horseman a couple seasons, and like I appreciate that show. It's very depressing, and I just lost interest in it. I couldn't finish it, but you know I appreciate it for what it is. I don't watch like Robot Chicken, but again another show I can appreciate what it is. I don't think I watch a cartoon. I mean I watch Camp WWE on the WWE Network sometimes, and that show is absurd. Simpsons I watched for a while, but I mean, like 10 years ago, I stopped watching that. Same for Family Guy. I watched that for a while, but as I got older, it doesn't interest me anymore. There's still little bits they can do that make me laugh, but not often. I liked American Dad. But I don't watch a lot of adult-focused cartoons. I may watch the Marvel ones, at least check them out, like Howard the Duck or whatever. But those just not... when I watch TV or movies, I'm really looking for things to challenge me intellectually. That's just typically what I do. If I want just kind of silliness or mind wasting, I'll usually do that on YouTube, or I watch like Dragon Ball or things like that, so I guess that's animated. But in terms of true cartoons, these are in order. My 5 favorite. They're all going to be from the 80s. I'm an 80s kid, or even the 70s. So number 5 is Mask. I liked Mask quite a bit. I think the theme song for Mask is the best theme song that there ever was for a cartoon in the 80s. Like, I could rock out to that in the car, and matter of fact, I have. I liked that very much. So that would be my number 5 item. I liked the toys, the G.I. Joe 3 3/4 style. They had the little masks. The vehicles were cool. So it's kind of a combination of G.I. Joe and Transformers. That's kind of the way I looked at it. Because you had the G.I. Joe figures that came with some accessories and such, but then you had the vehicles that could turn into other vehicles or shoot out other vehicles or whatever the case may be. And I really liked it. I liked that show a lot. So that was number 5. Number 4 would be Transformers. Now, I'm only talking about G1, like seasons 1 and 2 and then the movie. I don't think I ever watched, not ever, but I don't think I watched Transformers after the movie. I'm sure I caught an episode here or there, but I didn't watch it regularly. And I don't know if that's because of availability, or I know I was very, very upset at the movie. Very upset at the movie, even as a child. So, I love the Transformers landing on Earth and being brought back to life and repair, like that little machine, and the Dinobots wave, and just all that stuff. I really enjoyed those first couple seasons of Transformers. Now I like the movie quite a bit, the animated movie. I could watch that right now. At the time, it very much frustrated me. Of course, the death of Optimus Prime. I didn't like the new characters. I didn't like Hot Rod. I didn't like Cup. I didn't like those characters being the features. So I probably just stopped watching it because of that. I honestly don't remember, but I could still watch Transformers right now. It's very well done. The animation is great for that period of time. So that's number 4. Number 3, G.I. Joe. Same period of time. I probably stopped watching that not long after the movie. I think I watched it probably a little more from the movie. But I've talked about it in the past. One of my biggest memories of childhood in terms of media was I think it's the 5-part episode that went across a week that was the rise of Serpentor, where Cobra was stealing DNA from all these different world leaders to create Serpentor, their ultimate Cobra leader. Kimberly, my older sister, and I were riveted by this. And, in fact, got in punishment because we would pitch a fit if it was time to leave for dinner and we were not, or eat dinner or leave for church or whatever the case may be. And we wouldn't because we wanted to see the end of the G.I. Joe episode. That movie I could still watch. I think the opening montage of that movie is awesome. With Cobra trying to blow up Statue of Liberty. That opening montage is great. I watch that once a month. That thing is great. And the song is great. So the animation, again, very good in G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe's probably a toy line earlier in the 80s that I had the most of because it was affordable. Didn't have many vehicles. Vehicles would have came from swap meet, stuff like that. But I think the figures were like $2 or $3, so I had some of those. So that's number 3. Number 2, shouldn't surprise you if you really pay attention, but it may surprise you because you might think it's number 1. But number 2 is Ninja Turtles. I love that cartoon. That was right in the sweet spot of my age, like the 5 to 10-year-old for several years. Had all the toys, kept all the toys, on the car, loose, all of that. That just really spoke to me. And I don't know, I don't think my older sister, Kimberly, by then, she was then doing other things, going into teenage years and stuff like that. So I don't think she watched that as much with me. All these other things I've talked about, we would watch together. So maybe there was something about that it was like my first one, independence to that or something, I'm not sure. But I really like that. And I loved, a few years ago, they did the animated movie where all the different forms of animated turtles were on the screen all at once. For maybe the 25th anniversary or something. I don't remember what that was for. But that was really cool. So the Ninja Turtles very influential, those cartoon turtles, and I loved them, and I wanted all of them. Number one, by far, absolutely, the single most influential on-screen work in my life is the Rankin Bass Hobbit movie. Animated movie from, I think, 77, that's some of the 70s. And I could quote you every single line of that movie, sing every word of every song, every sound effect, and I could do it without the movie being on. Oh, I know that sword. It is called Glamdring, the foe hammer. No! I know it all. I know the whole thing. I've watched that movie, I would bet 1,000 times, because it was the movie that got put on when I was a young kid that stopped messing with stuff, and I just sit down and watch it. You know, kind of like Frozen has been for kids, or some of those things in recent years. So I know it all. Brother Theodore, you know. And I loved it. It shaped the things I was interested in, being interested in Tolkien, fantasy work, all that. I also find it very interesting. I think it's better than anything that has been on screen. I think it tells the story really well. So there was, at the same time, Ralph Bakshi had a Lord of the Rings movie, which was done in a different animation style, very distinct animation style. Did not like that as much. And I think that did very poorly. And then came the Return of the King, which picked up the story, kind of Bakshi's Lord of the Rings, but was animated by Rankin Bass and was similar to The Hobbit. And I loved that Return of the King as well, even though it made no sense to me at the time, because all of a sudden here's the Return of the King movie without any Two Towers Lord of the Rings stuff. I didn't care. I was there for Frodo. Give it to me, Frodo. Well, I mean, maybe not. Maybe. I don't. Boom. So those are my 5 favorite cartoon things. Thank you, Brant, for the Power Ranger question, Pumpkin for that question. I hope it answered it. Leave me some more below. Check out some Big Dub merchandise. Please go enter the contest that we've got on the Facebook group. And as always, squeeze it.